Hi Aries. I'm going to do your love reading for October 1st through the 15th. I am using the Oracle cards this time, but I'm only going to pull one. If that's what Spirit wants, they could throw a whole bunch at me. I did want to talk about some big planetary aspects that are happening in the next 2 weeks. So we have the full moon in Aries on the 5th. And this is going to be a time of like things coming out. Things that have been like personal, emotional things coming out. Things that have been bothering you for a long time. Oh, see, we got two. Bothering you for a long time, but you've kept inside. And we also have Venus is still in Virgo. And this is like really analyzing relationships and looking at them in a way like you would rather be of service than like emotionally attached. Except this week on the 5th and 6th, Mars and Venus both meet up in Virgo. So there could be some debating because Mars and Venus, when they meet up, it's like an explosion. And so there could be very passionate. You might want to watch out for like if you're single and you're going out this week, you might want to watch out for like impulsive relationships, possibly. You could be super attracted to somebody, but it's because they're like, it's like that sexual attraction and it may not be long term. So if you're not looking for something long term, then that's great. But if you are, then you might want to go back a little bit. And there's also like a banter quality that'll probably happen, like a debating with each other. And it's like fun, childlike, fun debating, but if you're in a relationship or a marriage, this could be a time where you guys are like physically very attracted to each other. But at the same time, if your marriage or relationship isn't going very well, then it could be a time of like super fights. So watch what you say. Try not to egg the other person on. And we have Jupiter transiting to Scorpio, which is your 8th house. And this is Jupiter is the planet of expansion, like explosions. It will really expand the magic of the sign when it moves into it. Scorpio is your 8th house of rebirth, sex, death. And I don't mean death like actual real death. I mean like the death of, something. It's like the death card, the major arcana death card. So you will really be, and this will be here for like 13 months. So like within the next year, you're really going to be like looking at what relationships mean to you, what purposes they mean, if they like actually fit with your purpose in life. And if they don't, then you will probably move that away and maybe start like a new relationship that you feel very passionate about, and the person is more like a spiritual connection. Mercury will be in Virgo until the 17th, then it moves to Libra. And Mercury in Virgo for Aries, that is in your 6th house. 6th house is personal responsibilities. So you'll be really thinking about what you want to do and working. You will be like a workhorse. You will be, you may start a new business. You may get a promotion. Like that would be a perfect time to ask for a promotion, and this will be going on until Libra season. Well, I mean, we're in Libra season, but this is going to go on until the 17th. And then it'll be in Libra for a month. So, yeah. Just kind of the cosmos, like, I'm just kind of, this week might be a little tough for Aries. They might it might be like a back and forth thing because you'll be super emotional with the moon on the 5th, but at the same time, like this whole Venus and Mars hookup from the 5th and the 6th, it's like, you know, do I really want to have this debate and like let somebody know how I'm really feeling? Or do I want to be intimate and loving and sexually put myself out there? So this may be kind of like a hard transition week for you guys, because a lot of people are already feeling that Jupiter energy too. I know I am. I've actually been feeling it. It's really weird. So I was thinking about it and I'm like, you know, I started this channel a month ago and it's kind of, and with like being a Virgo and having Jupiter in Scorpio, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is, anyway, I was just really surprised because I did it before, I did it while Mercury was still in retrograde. Like I didn't even wait, and that's the planet that rules for, you know, everybody said, don't start this now, Mercury's still in retrograde. I'm like, I'm gonna. And it's gone really well, which, thank you very much. I'm very humbled and appreciated by everything. So, okay, moving on. Some people hate that I talk so much, but I just do. So we have clarity of belief. Interesting. I just talked about that and share the love. That's so funny. These are the two things I just talked about. Who's gonna, you know, help you in your purpose? You know, you might be passionate. You might want to think about sharing some love, right? So what's going on with you guys until the middle of October? I know it's the 3rd. I'm still trying to finish some of the signs because I have a day job. I might not have a day job for too much longer. I don't know. We'll see. I'm waiting until Mercury's in Libra, because then I can balance that out a little bit and figure it out. Ooh, we have the moon. The moon, you guys, the full moon, I'm telling you, it's creeping up on you. There might be some things that come out. All I'm asking during this time, because I know, like, I so appreciate that you, Aries, will just tell it like it is, and you will be, like, super fiery and passionate about it, right? Like, you're not going to back down until you get what you want. I wish I could be that way. I mean, I can be mean and cutting. That's what Virgos do. I can admit my faults. But with Aries and a full moon, I mean, we all have to go through this every year. Each of us. Just watch what you say. So we have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like maybe this something that you've been keeping inside that's been held in the dark that you really want to get out. It's next to the clarity of belief card. The reason why it may not have come out yet, and it may be coming out this week, is behind money. Like you feel like somebody might be holding on to your money, you know? You feel like you might be a little too dependent on somebody. And, you know, with like, I don't know, I think this might be a time for you guys to look and see like if there's a dependence going on between you and your partner, or if you're single, you know, where am I putting my money? Where am I investing myself? Am I depending on like, I don't know, like a business partner or something, or my job too much, or, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Eight of Wands. Okay. So what does this mean? I think that whatever is being held inside, that is your personal belief, and you're finally coming to that conclusion, it's holding you back from saying something because of money. And you don't feel like you have a lot, and you don't feel like there's a balance with there. And with sharing the love, it's like you want to have this 10 of Pentacles status, but if you look at this guy who's sitting in this chair, only the dogs are paying attention to him. The people over there like talking and not even paying attention to this poor old man that has a whole bunch of money. So yeah, that's great and fine to have a lot of money, but sometimes you're just alone in it, you know? So holding on to whatever you're holding on to, I feel like maybe with the Page of Wands, that's going to come out. And with the Page of Wands, sometimes he can be a little feisty. Like, it's not the Knight of Wands where you're like charging in with like all of this rage, you know. But the Page of Wands kind of does it in a way, may not be the most tactful, might be a little impulsive, not really angry, but you're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Tell me, you know, it's not gonna be like, oh, I can't believe you did this. It'll be like, what's going on? And this could be in a relationship. It could be in a marriage. It could be like, if you're single, it could be with like friends, you know, who you feel a lot, you know, you love, you know, because sometimes relationships don't always, this could be just like relationships in your life. I know it's a love reading, but I love a lot of people. And so then we have the Eight of Wands. And I feel like this is something that is going to, you're going to be like, yeah, we got to figure this out or I'm out. This could be you moving on because you want, and I feel like maybe this share the love is you asking for somebody to share the love with you, or you want to be able to share your love with somebody, but you've been holding on to something. And if they don't receive it well, or if it's not given well, or if somebody else is holding on to something and it comes out, or you like force it out of them because you already knew, and now you have options, which clarifies the moon. The thing with this though is be careful what you wish for, because you could get like a decapitated head. I'm just saying, like you may want to, I know it sounds stupid. You may want to have like this crown and these jewels, but how is that going to make you happy? And then, I mean, there's even like something hiding under like a ghost sheet. Like, what is that? That reminds me of Beetlejuice, you know, like when they put their sheets on. Yeah, I just, and the Queen of Cups is over the Page of Pentacles. So you may have a water sign in your life. Doesn't have to be a water sign. It could just be somebody who's very emotional and kind of like may explode on that emotion sometimes. This full moon is going to do that to people. You could have water in your chart, in your birth chart. And, you know, if it's something, especially if it's like, you know, if something very emotional comes out, look at it because of like money issues. Look at it in a way that, okay, this is my Virgo talking, and I'm only saying this because of all the planets in Virgo right now that are actually in the season of Libra. If something emotional comes out that is, you know, money, you don't like this page is like, you know, he's holding on to his money, like really, like, I really like my money, but I only have one pentacle. And then we get to the Six of Pentacles over here where either you feel like you're giving too much or somebody else feels like they're giving too much, or you feel like you're dependent on this person to give stuff to you and you're like the person sitting there like, please give me money. If you or somebody else gets very emotional about this, listen. If this is the thing that's been held in the dark, just listen. Like, try not to be that Page of Cups. Because I can be the Page of Cups sometimes. And like, crying and screaming and like, why aren't you listening to me? It's because I'm not listening to them. Right? But if somebody is doing this to you and you're like, oh, well, this came out, I have all these options that I can take, but I'm really confused by it, so I'm not really sure which one to pick. And you get very emotional because you know you've been depending on somebody, or you feel like they're not giving enough in the relationship and you're giving it all. This is the belief within you. This is you realizing, oh my God, I don't have to be in this. I don't have to be treated this way. If you're single and you're realizing you have a lot of options and like maybe something at work came out and you really love your job. There are relationships at your job that you're like, or friends, like you've let friends borrow money. You feel like you're the one that's always giving, giving, giving. And this may come out and you can be like, I have other friends. Just listen. And then act on what they said. Not in a Page of Wands way. And when the new moon was in Virgo, I was rough. And I feel really bad about it too. And I apologized for like days. And it wasn't even like I was just really emotional. And I'm like, you've got to listen to me. You've got to listen to me. And then like that person was like, it's really not as bad as the way you're acting. And I was like, oh, oh, he doesn't care so much. So like you may say things that you feel really guilty about. It's just how, I'm a Sagittarius rising. I do that. Moon. I do that. When the full moon is in Sagittarius, whoa. Life is crazy for a couple of days because it lasts. That energy, just because it starts waning right after that, that energy lasts for a while. You just, watch. So we have share the love down here. I'm clarifying. Oh, look at that. 3 of Wands. Somebody's thinking about walking away. Somebody has a choice. Somebody's waiting for their ships to come in. And maybe this thing that comes out clarifies that belief for you. And you realize, I can't stay in this anymore. And this guy is just standing here waiting for his ships to come in. So you or the other person may not be walking yet. And something may turn around. And you can like go back to it later and like calm things out. Or you've been sitting on this for so long, this thing that you have to say. And now you're ready to go. And when those ships get here, this is your belief. This is your clarity. This is you saying, yep, it's time. And then we have the 9 of Wands. And this is why I say it. You have the 9 of Wands over the 10 of Pentacles. So this is, you don't feel like somebody is sharing their abundance with you because we have it right next to the share the love. And the 9 of Wands is like, I am so done fighting about money. Like, I'm just done. I'm not going to do this anymore. This guy's bruised and bandaged. And remember to check your Venus sign too. If you have Aries and Venus, that might be rough. That might be rough. Might be a rough week for you guys. And I'm just, I just want to say, like, this first week, next week it's going to get a little easier, except for when Jupiter hits. But that's why I say things might smooth out, they totally could. Or you realize that you have to walk. So with the Page of Wands, yeah, there's going to be some fighting in the next 2 weeks. And we have 2 leaving cards, I'm going to clarify this 8 of Wands, but we have 2 leaving cards. So the 7 of Wands with the Page of Wands, there's a fight on the horizon. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, choose your words, because you don't want, like, if something does end, you don't want to burn a bridge, especially if you've been in it for a while. If it's your marriage and it is not ending, there's just some things you guys need to iron out. You feel like leaving, but you don't because you love the person, right? Choose your words wisely, because you don't want to say something that you will regret later and hurt that person so much that it like keeps running through their mind over and over and over again. But if you are leaving something, if you're ending a friendship, if you're ending a relationship, because I really feel like that this may not be like an end, but I feel like October might be the month that you guys, like all of this stuff that you guys have been going through, and believe me, I know what you've been going through, not only through tarot cards, but I have friends who are Aries. And they are coming to the realization that, I mean, they might not know that Jupiter is going into Scorpio, which is in their house of rebirth and death. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and Scorpio is, I mean, you know, Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth. They might not know it, but they probably feel it. And they've probably felt it for a very long time. So we've really been working on ourselves, our personal responsibilities this year when Jupiter was in Libra. And so I kind of feel like in the next 7 days, and it's not just going to hit on the 10th of October. It's just transiting that day. You may already feel it. You may feel it on the 10th. You may feel, I mean, we're going to have this energy for 13 months and maybe even a little after, you know, because these energy isn't linear. Time isn't linear, you know. They move back and forth. That's why I'm saying you may already feel it, because I feel it already. You may feel it after, and a lot of signs have been getting the Tower. A lot of signs have been getting the Death card. A lot of signs are getting the Empress, the Wheel of, you know, like just 4 months this has been happening. And it's because all of these planetary cosmo things that happened in Leo and then in Virgo, like we built ourselves up to it, and then boom. 2017 has been a really chaotic year, right? And I can't say that things are going to really slow down after 2017, but there's going to be a lot of change in relationships, especially in business for some people. Back to the cards. So choose your words wisely, so you don't totally ruin a relationship or totally ruin somebody's feelings. And if it doesn't happen the first 2 weeks, if it doesn't happen by the end of October, you're going to get some clarity on your personal beliefs, and you're going to you're realizing that you want some love. Like, where's the love? Why am I not getting love? Why can't I give this person love? Why does this person feel this way about me? You know, why are my friends like running away? Well, it might have been something you said. This is a really big time for Aries. So, 8 of Wands. Are you moving? Are you moving on? Are you just going to throw sticks at someone? Could be any of them. Sometimes I want to throw like sticks with pointy things at people. You know, it's fun. The Hierophant. This is marriage. This is the institution. Knowledge. Wisdom. This is a spiritual belief. Clarity in your beliefs. It's also the Taurus card. So if you have we have this and we have the moon. These are the two major arcanas these first 2 weeks for you guys. And the 10 of Pentacles, that's a completion. The 9 of Wands, you're like, I'm almost done. But you really don't want to feel this way anymore. You know? You don't want somebody to I keep hearing take your insides, but I don't mean like guts. But like that's what I keep hearing, and I have to say it when I hear it. I don't believe me when it happens. And I don't say it, bad things go on. So there's a lot of fiery energy here. There's some emotion here. This definitely surrounds money. But I see you guys represented here a lot. And I feel like there's the moon is very emotional. It's a very emotional thing. So on Thursday, yeah, Thursday's the 5th, right? I keep forgetting what day it is. Ugh, that's how scrambled my brain is. I can't wait until Thursday and see what happens. So you want to move to something a little more spiritual. I'm going to, things keep wanting to come out, but I'm like, I actually wanted to really like shuffle the cards and then pull from the top of the deck. So, you want to go back to your true belief system. You want to find the purpose. You want to be able to look inside. And if you are with somebody or you are around people or you feel like you have to, if you are worried about what the people around you are going to think about this, don't. You are ready for a new beginning. You are the Fool right now. This isn't the new beginning yet, but you're ready to go. Like we have the 8 of Wands, you're ready to go. We have the 9 of Wands, you're like totally done. You know, we have the 10 of Pentacles, like you guys are done because you're sitting in the 8 of Swords. This woman is comfortably stuck. She can get out of this at any time, but she's in denial. She's blindfolded. Sorry, I thought I turned my phone off and it's totally... Sorry about that. So 8 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, she could get out of that. Her feet aren't bound. There's an opening. She's comfortably stuck. Temperance. This is the Sagittarius card. So there could be a Sagittarius in your life that you feel, I don't know. I see the Temperance card as just being like, you know, breathe. Just breathe. You have angels looking out for you. We have major arcanas coming out now. Yeah. So the 4 of Cups, you don't feel like the love is being shared with you. Or if somebody's offering you love, you don't feel like it's being reciprocated. If you're offering love to somebody, I said that wrong. If somebody is offering you love, you're turning it down. And if you're offering somebody love, it's not being reciprocated. Oh my God, I can't. I'm telling you guys, my brain is scrambled. And maybe that's your energy. Because I've been perfectly fine all day long. And all of a sudden, you like got in my head and you scrambled my brain. I even took my contacts out before I did this reading because I was like, oh my gosh, my eyes hurt so bad. Like you're not sleeping, right? You've been anxious. Like my heart's racing now. Maybe a little depressed. You don't need to be in that. The other person doesn't need to be in that. Like, why are you guys torturing each other? Why are you fighting about this? Because you're holding onto it too tightly. This has to do with materialism. There is a reason why you're not out of it. If you let go of one of these pentacles, the universe is going to give you more. Right? Does that make sense? If it's a marriage and you don't feel like you're going to have enough money, I tell personal stories about myself because I want you guys to know that I can relate to the issues that you may be going through. After my first marriage, yes, I've been married twice. After my first marriage was over, and I chose to leave because after I stayed for a year, after something came out, thank you very much, and I stayed to work on it. And I was like, I'm going to give this a year, and I did. I didn't have the money to move, but I did move. I had some support, but man, there were times, like I even lived out of my car, and I had 2 little boys at the time. So I would have to find, you know, we'd stayed with my friends. We stayed with my mom and my stepdad. Like, I mean, I literally had their basket of toys and a suitcase of clothes for all 3 of us in my car, moving around. That was a really big lesson for me because after being in a marriage and depending on somebody to take care of the finances, because I let that independence go, and because I've always been an independent person, taking care of myself. And then I was, you know, threw myself into having to be independent again, and I wasn't ready, but I did it. So if you don't have the funds to do it, I understand that. Take the month. Get your funds. Ask for some support. It's not weak to ask for help. Believe me, that's another lesson I've had to learn. After the second divorce, I had to ask for help. I'm just saying that if you're holding on to something where there's no love being shared, and you're in 8 of Swords, you're in the 9 of Wands, if you're doing this to somebody, it's not fair. It's not fair to either one of you. It's not fair. So, like, I just want to breathe for you guys because it's so heavy, so heavy. I'm totally meditating for you guys tonight and like giving you some like positive energy because I feel terrible about what's going on. And you guys have had a really long, hard road, but it's coming to an end. So you gotta like build that up in you, you know, believe that you can do it, believe that you have opportunities, and one of them is going to be really good, you know. One of these cups is going to be amazing, and it's going to make you feel great, and it's going to be part of your purpose, whether it's a new love or whether it's a new position, a new job. But okay, this has gone on like way longer than all my other ones, and it's because I just, oh man. So there was another reading I felt really heavy in, Taurus or Aquarius, I don't remember. Just like take care of yourselves this week and try to hold your tongue. I know it's really hard. I know it's really hard. Sometimes I wonder why I don't have Aries in my chart, because I think I act like one a lot, where I'm like just a spitfire. I don't have a lot of water in my chart. That might be the reason. Okay. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if you guys like need any help or, you know, support or whatever. I'm here. You can email me. I'm also doing personal readings. So if you need some clarity on stuff, all of the information will be in the box just below the video. So take care of yourselves, please. Take baths, meditate. If you're a man, like, I don't know, go to the gym, sit in a sauna, like just take care of yourselves. All right. I will see you for the mid-month general readings, and I'm really excited to see what your mid-month, your end of the month is going to look like. Stay strong, warriors.